Today, if this is working, yes it is, okay. I'm going to replace this. See it? It's the door handle I broke off. Last week's ice storm. This was black when I bought it. But I bought a can of paint that matches the color of my car. So, there it is. This has to go in there. Way to do that, or at least to start, is to take that trim panel off, which is what I'm getting ready to do. There is a screw here, a screw there. There's a screw there that I have to take out too. There's 3 or 4 along the bottom here. And there were these 2 little things. They're like nubs. They're push pins rather than screws. They look sort of like this. I have them here somewhere. There's a little cover that goes over the screw heads. And there's the little push pins. They look like that. You take a little screwdriver or something, push in, and it pops out to help hold that onto the door. So let me take this off and we'll take a look. A couple of addendums. I took the trim piece off here for the door. The legendary Toyota plastic. It broke. Pries out. It's not supposed to break. A little glue, Gorilla Glue will take care of that though, so no big deal. That's what that looks like. A note tip to take this door handle or door panel off. Roll your window down because this is tight against the door panel, and it'll be a lot easier to come off when you take or roll the window down first. When you get the switch bezel out, which is easy, you just put a pry bar underneath this and go pop, it comes out. The hardest thing was getting this damn connector off. It's got a little latch on it right there. You push that in and pull it out. It's been in there 23 years, it didn't want to come out. There's another screw you have to take out. It's hidden underneath this. Okay, that's what it looks like. This needs to come off next. It's a little cover panel. And then this needs to come off. It's a little trim panel of some sort. In order for me to get my hand up in there and do what I need to do, I'm going to have to take that off. None of this was in the videos I looked at on YouTube. That's why I'm making this one. Because now, in the video on YouTube, it says you take this off. Well, maybe you do on some Camrys and stuff, but not on this one because I don't see how it's held in there. Obviously, it's held in there somehow, but I'm not going to start pulling on it. I'm going to leave it alone. These 2 cables are what open and unopen your door lock when you pull on it. So let's leave that stuff alone. I had to pull one of these little trim pieces out. Whatever I did with it, doesn't matter. That's here somewhere. It looks like this. Took that out so I could get this loose without tearing it. Put a screwdriver underneath of it, like right underneath here. Just kind of pop it and it'll come out. I found out how this is held on. It just has little hooks in the back. See a little hook? 2 little hooks in the front. You just kind of push this in and snap it in place. And this little panel, which goes right there, is kind of holds this up and holds this in place so your door will stay stable. So the next thing I need to do is take this off. So I'm getting ready to do that right now. I have successfully removed the old door latch. There was some resistance, I guess you could say. This is the important part. This is the uh, lock cylinder. Goes in the new one. Rest of it, well, in every war there are casualties, and thank God for rage, because only through the channeled use of rage and anger was I able to do this. Yes. Hello. Happy New Year to you too. Here you see, that was my neighbor. Jovial fellow wishing me a happy New Year. So, those are little rods. Oh, you saw them. More later. Some measure of success. The door handle is in the car. After much struggling, I had to leave the rods disconnected and then put the handle in. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to connect all those rods up inside the car. That'll be a challenge. But first, coffee. Let's see what time it is. I got to take my stepdaughter to work here in a minute, I know that. 45 minutes and a lot of curse words. I couldn't get this in. The little rod that attaches to the lock cylinder, I couldn't reach in there and attach it. Tried and tried, couldn't do it. So I took the thing out and I put the lock cylinder in separately, and now it's hooked up. So I'm going to put the door handle in, attach the lock cylinder to that from the back, and then hopefully I'll be able to get this thing working. Oh, and the holes didn't line up. See these brackets? They didn't line up with the holes on the replacement door handle, so I'm gonna have to bend some stuff to get it to work. Another fun time. Well, it worked. The door opens, shuts, opens again, opens, let's see about the lock. Make sure the lock works. I just locked it, so, and it is indeed locked. It's a little bit stiff, but it'll work itself out. Right. Okay. Well, it works fine. I need to put all this back together. Back up, put all that back together. The panel back on the door, etc. What did I lose? I lost a 10mm socket, which I knew I would because I always lose at least one in every job I do. And it's always a 10mm. I must have lost 50 of them in the last 10 years or so. This one was a particularly nice one. It came with a set. This set, I don't know, I gave like a little bit of money for it. See? All these little sockets that are magnetic. So when you use them, the bolt you're trying to take out doesn't like fall out down into the abyss. Well, that worked great until it didn't. What fell into the abyss was the socket itself, which I've looked for. I'm going to probably sweep it one more time with a magnet, see if I can maybe get lucky. But color it gone. Window goes up and down. Door locks and unlocks. All told, it cost me about $38, a little short of 40. Plus several hours to learn new skills. What I learned about this is that when you take that out, it doesn't matter if you destroy the old one because it's broken anyway. Take your door lock and put it in first, then put in the handle, and then install the door lock into the handle from the inside. Because getting that little rod on the door lock is like damn near impossible, at least for me. while getting the other rod on the other side is comparatively easy. You can reach it, see it, put your hands on it, line it up, push it in real hard, and go click, and then yeah, it works fine. So don't worry about what the book says. If it's not working out, stop doing it, rethink it. Say, okay, well, I'm gonna try it this way. The book doesn't say to do it that way, but by God, I'm gonna give it a shot. The book didn't say anything about putting the door lock in and then putting the handle in and then blah blah blah. But that's what worked for me. Hope you found this helpful. Another job well done.